Morning, people. Hope you are having a beautiful day today. So I'm going to show you today just a different type of video. A lot of people have been asking for nutrition videos, which is very essential in the health and fitness world. So I'm going to try to take you through exactly what I do day to day. I just want to show you the start off breakfast that I always go to is essentially egg whites and oatmeal. That is a bro diet, wouldn't I say, that most people would say going through day to day is a bro diet. So for me, I enjoy it. It keeps me full. I feel like when I'm on a diet, the oatmeal tastes like dessert essentially. Most people be like, what are you talking about? But the way I doctor it up and sweeten it up, it tastes like a cinnamon treat essentially. So I like to start my morning off like this. You can see here, you're like, Ryan, where are the egg whites? For me, whatever's cheapest. You can go with the carton of egg whites, or you can just go the old school way, and I'll show you here. Just crack it. And you see the white portion. And don't be afraid that some of it might come out of the yolk. And you're like, you're wasting the yolk. That's wasting. Well, if you get eggs, whole eggs for a cheap price, $1, under $1, sometimes they're on sale. 6 egg whites, that's 2 servings for me. That's 50 cents a serving for protein. So that's pretty cheap. Sometimes those cartons of egg whites can go up pretty high, $6, $7 sometimes. So I just go with whatever's cheap that day, and just in case I want to throw a whole egg in there for a little extra fat. Just to give you guys a heads up, each egg, those people that are out there eating whole eggs, each egg is 5 grams of fat. Okay, so just be careful and mindful that your fats are coming from places that you probably never even thought of. And I'll explain later with the macro counting and flexible dieting that when you're taking in 55, 60, 70 grams of fat in that range, they add up very quickly. So just be careful and mindful that if you have 3 whole eggs in one day, that's already 15 grams of fat. And you're like, well, dang, I haven't eaten anything. I'm still hungry. Well, that's why I'm going to tell you that you can still have a lot of food. You don't have to starve yourself, but you just have to be mindful of what you're eating day to day. So I'm going to go ahead and doctor this up, and we're going to let this cook and simmer, and I'm going to show you here what I do with the oatmeal. Okay. So we got our scale on here, and people are like, well, a scale, like what? I don't want to have to do all that. Well, if you use a measuring cup day to day, that's essentially what it is. It's a more accurate measuring cup. So you can use this when you're cooking your ham hocks. You can use it when you're cooking your Thanksgiving dinner. You can use it, for other things, not just fitness. So as you can see here, it has different functions. I could do ounces if I want to weigh 6 ounces of chicken. Know exactly how much that is. You look on the package and you're like, okay, 1 serving is 4 ounces. Measure that out after you cook it, you're good to go. You can track that in MyFitnessPal, and we'll explain that further later as well. But here, 1 serving of oats is 40 grams, okay? And all you simply do is look on the nutrition facts, serving size, 40 grams, okay? Now if you don't have this and you want to get started, that's okay. Half a cup, just measure it out in the measuring cup just to get started. So every morning, I like to do 60 grams, which is 1.5 servings. And as you can see here, 60 grams right on the dot. That's just enough for me. 40 grams is like a snack. So I like to get that in. And 1 serving is 27 carbs, 3 fat, 5 protein. So if I have 1.5 servings, that's around half of 27, 13-ish, you're looking at 37, roughly 40 carbs or so. Okay, so that gets my morning started. And from there, simply just move the eggs around. They should be ready in a second. And I'll put this water in here and we'll come back and I'll show you how I doctor up this oatmeal, okay? Alright, so as you can see, the eggs are now done. And what I like to do is just put a little Frank's red hot sauce, any type of hot sauce. If you want to put pico de gallo, some tomatoes, it just helps for flavor. This can be kind of bland. Most people are kind of like, well, egg whites. You can also put one whole egg in your egg whites if you really have that problem with plain egg whites. But for me, I like to save my fats during the day, just because with flexible dieting, I might not know if I have my brother in town, for instance, or you have family, you have relatives, things like that, and they want to go out to eat. Okay, so in my control, I can say I can have 6 egg whites. Okay, no fat in the egg whites. All right, and I can save those fats for later in the day. So that's the benefit of flexible dieting, is that you are not stuck in the end of the day and you're like, dang, I've already eaten all my fat for the day. So yes, you can avoid that by just simply meal prepping, but then you're very limited and you're like, well, dang, I'm craving something else. I don't want to eat this meal I prepped. So that's all personal preference. I'm just about to put a little bit on here. There are no calories in hot sauce. That's the benefit. As you can see there, 0 carbs, 0 fat, 0 protein. Yes, there's a little sodium, but as you see how much I put on there, I don't even measure this out. Like, I'm not, anal about that in particular. It just helps with the flavor, and that's all I'm trying to do when you're dieting and cutting and whatever you want to call it. Is you want to make things taste as good as possible while you're on this. You don't want to feel like you're starving yourself. You don't want to feel like you're dieting. I don't even like to call it a diet. It's a change in lifestyle. So as you can see, the oats are ready here. I like to let them cool off for about a minute or so. Simply put a little bit of cinnamon. Okay. 1 stevia packet. That is just my personal preference. This is the store brand stevia. Well, what about all those the aspartame in it, that artificial sugar? Okay. Studies show that particular myth is not fully true. Okay, it does not. How many cases cause cancer from aspartame? Okay, they're not many enough. So I would do your research further in aspartame and not believe everything you say. And that is the benefit of our technology these days, is you can go and look things up for yourself. That is, sorry to go on this rant, but that is how I started this whole thing. I didn't have enough money for a trainer in pharmacy school, so I went and Googled meal prepping. Okay, I came eventually across flexible dieting. Okay, well, how do I know how much carbs I'm taking in? If I'm just simply meal prepping, how do I know this is exactly 1 cup? So things you find out on your own. I'm gonna try to help you as much as possible, but a lot of things, guys, you gotta research on your own. That's what Google is for. Type it in. Aspartame. Studies will come up, show you that, okay, 1 packet of stevia a day. Okay, I could see if I'm sitting here, everything I do stevia, everything I do artificial sweeteners, but there's 0 calories in there. Okay, it's not real sugar. Okay, so that brings out the flavor of the oatmeal. It doesn't taste so bland. Sorry for the rant there, but okay, that is what I have there. I don't have any strawberries. I usually like to put either strawberries or blueberries. People that follow me on my Snapchat and Instagram know that I've explained volume of fruits. Strawberries and blueberries are the most volume for the least amount of calories, and that is a key on a cut or a diet, is to how can you get the most amount of food with the least amount of calories. Okay, so strawberries or blueberries, I'll usually weigh those out and put some on top. I don't have any right now, so I'll just show you guys a little key here. A spoon. My bad. How to weigh out. Okay, like I said previously, right? I have no fat in this meal, essentially from the extra fat in the oats, which is probably around 6 grams or so. Okay, I want to add a little bit more healthy fat in here, so I'm just gonna make a little peanut butter snack. Put that on there, zero it out, okay? And how much do I want? One serving is 32 grams. I'm gonna do 1/4 of a serving. I just want a little bit of the flavor to come out. I don't want a whole half of my fats coming out of here. So, okay, just take it out until it says -8. That'll be 1/4 serving. Okay, as you can see, that's not a lot, but that brings out the flavor of the oatmeal. I just stick that in there, stir it up. And you feel like you're having like a dessert, and most people are like, well, oatmeal, I don't like oatmeal. You know, go back and watch my shopping video of groceries, and you'll see that you don't even have to have this. You can have a protein shake in the morning. You can blend that up. You can have you know, cereal. There's a protein cereal out now by Special K. I showed you that. You can have that. Just different options, and that is the benefit and beauty of flexible dieting and counting macros, is that you can, you know, fit different foods in. If you don't feel like this morning, if I felt like grits and eggs or grits and egg whites, I could do that. For my southern people out there, you know, I could switch things up. But this is just a staple that you see. Well, I don't have time to make breakfast in the morning. It took me, what, maybe 10 minutes, if that. And I've gotten so used to doing this, I could probably do it in less time than that. The oatmeal took 2 minutes. Eggs, maybe a minute on the stove, put it in there. So you got a 5-minute meal here, okay? But yeah, anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next clip. I hope this wasn't too long for you. I hope this helped you out. If you have any questions, please comment down below.